golden age. Do you believe?
Yes, I believe.
I believe in Jesus Christ. Do you believe?
Yes, I believe.
Everlasting Son of God. Do you believe?
Yes, I believe. Oh, yes, I believe in the Father and the Son.
You are watching My Catholic Faith with Father Athan Tembula. My name is Josephine Sonda, to be with you in the next 30 minutes. Today, we focus our attention on online confession. Father, it's good to have you back on the platform.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Indeed. I know, Father, when we talk about confession, we know it in the manner we do it, where I come to you mostly in the confession box. Sometimes the way you are, I just come, we talk. Now this online confession, why is it possible? How is it? Why should it be done?
It's a new development. Nowadays everything is becoming electronic.
Okay.
Yeah, with the advancements that have been made in technology, everything is becoming electronic.
Okay.
We have e-markets. You know about an e-market or e-supermarket.
Everything.
Like you don't necessarily have to go into a supermarket to buy something.
E-banking.
E-banking.
Yes.
Now they have brought even e-SIM cards. Like you don't need that thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything is becoming e. And then somebody out there may be thinking, maybe we also need to have e-sacraments.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, e-sacraments. Why not have e-sacraments? Why can't I be baptized electronically? Online baptism. Or is it online what? Confession. Or confirmation. Priests should be ordained online. Yeah, since that is the direction the world is moving to. But when we talk about sacraments, we can have everything else online. Our concern is the sacraments. The sacraments are like the pillars, not like they are the pillars on which the church sits.
Yes.
Once you tamper with the sacraments, there's no church to talk about. Yeah. We have the 7 sacraments, like everybody knows. We have the 7 sacraments, and those are the pillars that hold the church. Take away all these sacraments, you are taking away everything that defines the church. And any attempt to alter any sacrament, would be felt. Like you would feel the impact if today the church decided, okay, let us start ordaining priests online. Don't worry if you're not able to come to the cathedral for ordination. Just switch on your camera and your phone and go live. Then the bishop, wherever he is going to lay hands on you and you're ordained a priest. Once you begin to see such things coming in, you feel the impact of such an adjustment to a sacrament. That's why the church is very slow to implement certain adjustments that the world or that some people might want to propose.
Exactly.
Because it's like you're dealing with the heart of the church. In the recent past, especially from the time that COVID hit the world,
yes,
a lot of things in terms of religious things, from the side of the church went online. Yeah, online counseling, online what? Because for obvious reasons, people could not meet physically. You couldn't come to the office to see me.
Exactly.
I wasn't even in the office to start with, so you're not going to meet me. What if you bring COVID? We are all scared of COVID.
Yes.
So nobody was meeting anybody physically. And that's where you saw also many parishes introducing online mass. Already, of course, some parishes that were slightly advanced were already offering doing that, yes. So now with the coming of COVID, things just went online. And even those parishes that did not think online mass was possible were like, if our friends are doing this, why can't we also do the same? So people started going, having prayers online, this online, even smoke some community meeting, I know some people still do online smoke some community meeting today. they still do it, even though we should discourage it. But people still hold a meeting online, smokers and community meeting. Anyway, we are not talking about smokers and communities. Maybe next time we should have this topic.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now, as things were getting online, somebody touched the sacraments also. The sacrament of confession.
Yes.
Okay. Already, Mass is a sacrament. The sacrament of the Eucharist.
Yes.
Already that was online, But then it also spilled over to other sacraments like confession. If we can attend Mass online, why can't we also attend the sacrament of confession online? Oh, okay. Why can't we have confessions online? Yeah, because even counseling, we do counseling online. Don't we do counseling online? Yeah, somebody was going to go, Father, could you counsel me on this?
Yes.
We do prayers online. Father, I need your prayers. Could you pray for me through the phone? I've had several such requests through the phone, and we've prayed. We can pray through the phone. So why can't we also do confession online? That has been the question, and many people still want to push or to pull priests into that direction. Since they can't come to the parish, then they can just go further so they do their confession. Now, that would be a major adjustment to the sacrament of confession. That would water down what the sacrament is. That would take away a lot that defines the sacrament of confession. In case somebody is watching out there, they don't know what exactly we are talking about. Confession, the sacrament of confession, is, if you are a Pentecostal, you don't know anything about this. Yes. Let me say it under 30 seconds.
Yes. This
is where a parishioner or a Christian, a Catholic, goes to a priest, and the two of them, that person and the priest, they go into what we call the confession box. Usually, yeah. Even though this can be done also outside the confession box, yes. But let's talk about the confession box. It's a box, little box, where the priest is going to be this side, and that parishioner, that Catholic Christian, will be the other side, and they're going to confess. They're going to say to the priest their sins. You mention the sins without hiding anything.
Yes.
You say things as they are, as commanded by Jesus. Go into the world and proclaim the gospel. Those whose sins you forgive, they will be forgiven. What you bind here on earth, it should be bound even in heaven. That's a command that Jesus leaves with us, gives us the authority to stand in his place. So the priest there is not doing that in his own name. The priest is doing it in the name of Christ, because the command comes from Jesus, that those whose sins you forgive, even up there in heaven, they will be forgiven.
Yes.
That's a divine command. So the sacrament rests on that. So this person will come to the priest and they do their confession. The priest is going to counsel them depending on the depth and gravity of the sins that they've committed, and then they'll be given what we call penance. So penance now is reparation or restoration, to go now and in a way pay for what you did. Yeah. So the priest is going to determine what kind of penance,
exactly,
depending on the gravity of what you have done, depending on the sin that you have committed. So the priest will tell you, okay, after this confession, you go and do ABCD. Ma penance yakale yale kosa wale watu muntu alapyanga pachechi the whole month tamwa icho chapangira pachechi.
Really?
Kanshi kufuta masambi. That then sometimes even yali mwibara dia parish. Mkaeli mputa 50.
Yes.
Mwibara dia parish yaba behind. Go and dig. So somebody would be going there digging. Bale futa amasambi yao.
Okay.
Now,
it's like a punishment.
That's what I'm saying. It's some kind of punishment, but it's not meant to be a punishment as we understand punishment. It's reparation for what you did.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so online confession. Should somebody call me for confession? Father, I want to do confession through the phone. Father, can we do confession through video call?
Video call.
The answer is a straight no. The answer is a straight no, because the sacrament of confession, of course, there are many reasons as we shall mention.
Okay.
The sacrament of confession is supposed to be a physical, not just confession actually, even other sacraments. A priest is not going to be ordained online.
Yes.
I'm not going to baptize anybody online.
No.
I'm not going to give you Holy Communion online. the bishop is not going to confirm anyone online. There has to be a physical encounter. It's a physical encounter between this person who is asking for the sacrament and this priest who is standing in the place of Christ. For other sacraments, there are also witnesses. Okay, the witnesses as in other people. But in the sacrament of confession, it is a physical encounter between this person and the priest who is standing in for Christ, and who is going to counsel this person and give them what we called penance, so that the sacrament is complete. So there has to be that physical encounter. As this person is confessing their sins, the priest has to be aware of the tone of their voice. The priest has to be aware of their general demeanor, like their general expression. Because these are things that will help the priest to counsel this person properly. I need to know how you feel about what you did.
Exactly.
So that I counsel you properly before I give you absolution and penance. I need to see your emotional expression of what you did, so that I know how to handle your case.
But if it's a video call, Father, that will be able to...
Now, I'm coming to that. I need to know also your disposition.
Exactly.
I need to be aware of the disposition, the place where you are, who is surrounding the place. You see, the confession is about the two people that are in that box. There should not be a third person. If you're going to call me on video call to do confession, I don't know who else is listening to that confession. So the aspect of secrecy or confidentiality is diminished. It is affected. The sacrament becomes vulnerable, because between you, let's say you are in Nakonde and I am in Lusaka, and we are doing confession through the phone. Between Lusaka and Nakonde, distance is exactly. Anybody could listen to our confession. We are using a machine. We are using technology. You might think you are just talking to Father, when actually there is somebody intercepting that confession. So it reduces actually the sacrament does not become valid at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the issue of confidentiality comes in. Even where you are, you could be in a chapel, in a small home chapel, or in the sitting room as you are confessing, but I don't know who else is around. Your phone does not give me a whole view of where you are. And even as you are confessing, I don't know who is next door, who is in the other room, who's listening to your confession. So the whole confession becomes vulnerable. Confidentiality becomes diminished. So for that reason, we're not going to do confession through the phone. By the way, even when we are doing confession in person like this, there's what we call the seal of confession.
Yes. Yeah,
which is confidentiality, and we know the consequences of breaking that seal of confession. If we are doing confession and I realize that actually there is another person that is listening to this confession, or somebody confession, then they hear your confession. That person is as bound to the seal of confession as myself. They can't go anywhere and say, Josephine,
exactly.
That person will suffer the same consequences that I would suffer if I went out and told the world what you told me in confession. So that person is also bound by the seal of confession. Now, in an event that we are doing it online, I don't know who is listening to this confession, where you are.
Exactly.
Apart from those that would intercept. This is technology. We are using technology, so anything can intercept the confession here, and so confidentiality is diminished. The other reason that I would not, or the church would discourage anyone doing online confession, is sometimes technology fails. You could be on the most perfect network, internet strong, very expensive phone.
Exactly.
And you are confident that no matter what, this can't fail. This is the most perfect internet. But then in the middle of confession,
goes down.
Exactly. because technology is not perfect. Technology fails, and it might just fail during confession.
Okay. There is a situation further in this instance that happened. It really happened, where this man, an old man, was sick, and he wanted the sacrament of
Confession.
confession and the anointing of the sick. So what happened was the priest was some kind of tied up, and he said, no, I'll be coming. The next time when they called him, I have to go and get my store, no, what and what. By the time he was reaching to the place, the man had already passed on. In this circumstance, don't you think this online confession can be varied?
The answer is still no.
Okay.
When I am called that there is a patient that needs or wants to see a priest, that wants to see me, and I know that I'm not able to go, like right now.
Okay.
I'm going to look for somebody to go there. We do this as priests.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had several calls from my colleague priests, my fellow priests from some parishes, and they've called me and say, you are closer to UTH. Where I am, I'm not able to. There's a patient in this ward on bed. What? That patient is my parishioner.
Yes.
If you have time, can you go there?
Okay.
Yeah. And I've gone to UTH to see that person because somebody called me because they're not able to go. We do make those arrangements. So what would be sad is for me to tell that patient, to tell that person to say, I'm not able to come now. I'll come tomorrow, because I don't know the condition of that person.
Exactly.
It might be too late, like you are saying, the person passed on. So what it would be sad to make such a promise, like I'll come tomorrow, when I don't actually know the condition of the person. What we do is to try in that very moment to try and make an alternative arrangement in case I'm not able to go there, because we cannot do sacraments online or from a distance.
Exactly.
If I have to go, if that person needs anointing, a priest has to go there physically to anoint. I will not anoint the screen, the screen of the phone. Say, but person phone
distance has got no barrier.
And icon. I will not anoint my phone. Otherwise, I'm just anointing the phone, not the patient. I need to go there and physically anoint the person.
Yes.
Holy Communion, I need to go there and give Holy Communion to that person.
Exactly.
If I'm not able to do it at that very moment that the person needs a priest, now it's up to me to make arrangements or alternative arrangements. Every priest knows this. We do this. So the church still discourages these celebrating sacraments online. Yeah, sacraments need. Especially in this case, we're talking about confession. The sacrament of confession needs physical presence.
Exactly.
Because of many factors that surround this sacrament. I know it would be very convenient for many people. Okay, not convenient for a priest, because a priest is ordained to celebrate the sacraments. So I will not say online confession is convenient for me. It should not be convenient for me. What should be convenient for me is to do the sacrament, to perform the sacrament, physically. Yeah. Now, for the people that come to receive the sacraments, it would be convenient. I can't go. Let me just go further. We do confession online. That would be convenient, but it is still not the correct thing. We need to find time to go and attend the sacraments physically. Even when we have online mass, it's not supposed to be treated as a substitute of physical presence. Online mass is permitted by the church, for those who really can't go and be there, but not for those that have the means, are able to attend, but then they substitute their physical presence with this online presence. Doesn't work. Physical presence is the first priority. Let's come to the sacrament of confession. If we are going to have confession online, you call me, I don't even know, especially if it is not a video call. You know, sometimes it is this just calls.
Yes.
I don't even know your posture. I can't see your posture. I can't see what you are wearing.
Yes.
You see?
Does that matter what somebody is putting on?
It does. The posture, the physical disposition matters a lot. And when you talk about physical disposition, we're talking about what you are wearing. We're talking about your posture, fidya. We're talking about even the tone of your voice. All that, you know, comes down to physical disposition. It matters a lot.
Exactly.
You know, imagine we are doing online confession, phone call, and then you're even sipping. You know, I'm lucky if what you are taking is tea,
soft drink.
Yeah. Otherwise, you might just be having a black label pambat, and then we are doing confession. I can't see that.
Exactly.
I can't see that. I might be thinking we are doing confession when actually you are also doing confession with black label. So there are many things that would water down the sacrament. Even the posture, the way you are seated, the way you are standing. When you are doing online confession,
yes,
doing confession, because I can't see that. Because if you come into the physical in the confession box, and I see that your physical disposition, your physical posture is not correct, before we go on, I'm going to remind you.
Okay.
So no, you're not going to do 4. What do they call that? 4. Ukuma 4. If you're not able to kneel, you can sit.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're not going just to sit or stand in any way that you want. So, because I'm able to see that, so I'm able to correct you. Say, stand so. But this online thing, even if it is a video call, confession through a video call, of course I'm able to see your face. But there's a lot still that is just escaping me.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a lot that I'm not able to notice or to see because you're not here present in physical presence. So the church discourages priests from doing online confession because of all these factors. It would water down the value of the sacrament if we just went flat out online confession. The next thing you hear is your confession is trending somewhere.
Yes, with this cyber.
Yes, your confession is trending somewhere, and you come back to me and say, Father, you recorded my confession. Father, you told Facebook about my confession when I actually didn't do anything.
Exactly.
We can't trust technology that much. We can trust it to some extent, but not that much. Okay. So the issue of secrecy, the issue of confidentiality regarding confession is very paramount. It's sacrosanct. You know, it's what makes the sacrament, if you like. It is between you and the priest, and that can only be guaranteed if you come. We are both of us in that confession box physically.
Okay, Father, now let's go back to one of the points that you talked about, like from the beginning, the time when we had this COVID situation. You clearly stated to say you won't come to the office because I won't maybe even be
you won't
there.
Find me.
Yes. Did we have situations circumstances like where people do request for confession through online? Has this happened before? Or how did this used to be treated? I need to confess, and
it's a good question. I on some occasions I had experiences like that where people requested for confession online. Okay. I don't know how my brother priest treated this. Whenever somebody called them, Father, we are not able to meet but can I don't know how they handled that.
Yes.
But for me, I never did confession online, even during COVID. I never told anybody to say, let's just, even during COVID, because, whether COVID or not COVID, the factors are still the same, that the conversation becomes vulnerable to possible interception. And that dilutes the value of confession. So I never invited anyone, or I never told anyone that it's okay, we could go ahead with online confession.
Exactly.
The least I did, at least on one occasion, the least I did was for me to invite this person over and to do this thing we used to call
Distance.
social distance. Yes. But even that, especially if you do that in an environment where there could be possible intruders, like there could be people passing around and all that. So that has to be done in an environment where you know that even if I sit here and the person that is confessing is sitting 2 meters away from me, nobody is going to get the conversation. I did that. I invited this person to the parish to come. I sat like this, and then they sat 2 meters away. We did the confession,
Yes.
and then they went.
Wow.
So I don't know how my brother priest handled this. I know it was a bit tricky, but the church always encourages that people should attend sacraments physically.
Okay.
Online thing should not be, especially when you talk about online mass, should not be a replacement. Online confession, in fact, when we talk about confession, we're not even talking about online confession as a replacement. We're talking about online confession as a non-possibility. Like, it should not be possible.
Yes.
You should come to the parish, you should come to the office, you should come to see the priest physically, so that you do the confession, and then the priest advises you accordingly, and you are given the absolution and the penance accordingly. Online thing, no.
Okay, Father, as we get to the close of this program, I just wish to hear a comment from you concerning using the gadgets, the phones. Today we have the Bible on the phone. Most of the things are happening using the phone, and we've seen some priests when they are preaching, they are using the phone. However, we hear the discouragements to say you have to carry the Bible, you don't have to just be using the phone. What could be your comment on this one? Using the
let me ask or request that we make this as a topic on its own.
Okay.
Yeah, we can make this as a topic on its own. Probably we can talk about it next week.
All right.
Yes. Otherwise, if I start answering this question, this is another program we're starting.
Okay.
Yeah. So remind me, next week we'll talk about the use of gadgets for prayer, the use of gadgets, during mass, the use of gadgets during meetings, and just generally the use of gadgets for spiritual, for spiritual purposes or for liturgical purposes. We can talk about that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Father, for your time and your wise words that you have given us, because a lot of people have become very lazy because we want to attend to whatever and everything we want it to be done online. I'm sure from now, even our dear viewer there has gotten the point. It has to be physical, not online. This had been our My Catholic Faith for this week. We invite you to join us again next week. You've heard Father is talking about, maybe we can come and talk about this other issue of using the gadgets. Join us next week, same time, same station, same channel, 101 Lumen TV. From us, God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mighty Father, I believe. Do you believe?
Yes, I believe.
You created heaven and earth.